So, do you want to learn how you can be a successful life insurance agent in 2025 and start making money quickly as an agent? In this video, I'm going to give you everything that you need to know to go from a new agent or a struggling agent to start being successful and start making money quickly. Now, before we get started, I want to give you proof. I took two life insurance agents, one life insurance agent who just got licensed, never sold any life insurance in their life, and you can see right here, this agent sold $10,960 in annual premium in their first 10 days as a life insurance agent by following the 4-step process I'm going to give you in this video. And secondly, I took a new life insurance agent who was struggling with the previous company. He started to work with me at Legacy Family Life, gave him the systems, gave him the right training, which I'm going to reveal to you in this video. And within his first 10 days, you can see here, this new life insurance agent sold over $11,000 of premium. So I'm going to give you guys, by the end of this video, the 4 things that you need to start making money fast as an agent. If you're looking to get started with the right company, it's going to answer all the questions that you might wonder. How can I win as an agent? This video is going to teach you, so let's go into it. So let's jump into it. We're going to give you the formula on how to succeed as a new life insurance agent. I'm going to give you guys access. This system that I'm going to share with you here helped us sell over $12 million in life insurance, taking agents who are struggling, failing. I'm going to give you the secret sauce of how to go from a struggling agent to a successful agent. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is when you're joining a new agency or you're looking at joining the company, is that in order to succeed as a new life insurance agent, the company that you join has to have this word, which is skin in the game. The company that is going to start you, and why most life insurance agents struggle is because they join companies that don't have any skin in the game. They're not responsible for your success. They don't care if you do good or if you do bad. So when you're joining a new company, make sure that they have skin in the game, and I want to share with you this. But here's the 4-step framework to make new agents successful really, really fast. And if you don't have this, it's a problem. But if you do, you're going to win. So the first thing in the process is that you have to have, if you're a brand new life insurance agent or you're just getting started as a new agent, is that you need to have, number one, an incredible onboarding experience. Let's say you just got your life insurance license. You have all these questions: how to do contracting, what carriers should I do with, what do I have to do? So your onboarding experience is very, very important. And how we've made these life insurance agents succeed really quickly is because we take them through what's called a sales course prep. Now, before an agent ever starts to work with me, they go through a 20-hour sales course before their start date, so that they have to learn the underwriting. They have to learn how to do the carrier applications. There's a virtual course that prepares them for the basics. And I tell them, in order to start, you have to go through this course. But secondly, what makes agents so successful is that they have to pass the course. There's actually an exam at the end that goes through the carriers, the products, and the underwriting. This is important because the goal is, after you get your exam, before you start actually selling the products, is that you know who you're selling to, what you're selling to them, and how to do it. And that is all designed in a sales course. So when a new agent onboards with us, they have a great experience, and most importantly, they're prepared to learn about all the nuances of the business. There is so much to learn, especially when you're in a brokerage model. So your upline or the person that's recruiting you should have some type of training or onboarding systems involved, because if they have skin in the game, they have to make you successful. And this is step number 1, having a great onboarding. Now, your onboarding experience when you're joining the company, whether if it's a large company or any company, you have to make sure that they deliver on the promises in the interview. Your interview is very, very crucial. They tell you all in the interview, they're going to make you successful. You're going to make all this money. You're going to have this financial freedom. They're going to tell you and sell you this amazing dream. But the first step is to see how good is their onboarding systems, how good is their onboarding processes. And this is where the journey begins to be a successful agent, is that you have to have a great onboarding experience to prepare you for what's ahead. Because what's up ahead is going to be really difficult. And how do you know if you're getting a good onboarding experience? Well, it's based off of the feedback loop that you get from your manager or your sales manager that hired you, or your upline that hired you. It's how quickly do I send them a text, hey, I'm stuck here? Do they respond? Or how quickly is it when they get stuck on a training module, do they respond? The quick feedback depends on the delivery that they promise in the interview. And you want to make sure that when you're joining a company, that to win fast is that they're onboarding you quickly, and when you get stuck, they're going to help you. Because they're not here to help you in onboarding. They're not going to be here to help you in the training. They're not going to be here to help you when your sales system goes down. So you have to make sure that you have a great feedback system from the person that's bringing you on. The fourth thing on the onboarding checklist is you got to have an agent orientation. Before I bring on a new agent, I'm setting clear expectations. I'm telling them, hey, before you get started, you're going to have to go through the underwriting test. You're going to have to go through the sales course test. And I'm telling them that you're being evaluated. I'm setting clear expectations that, hey, these next 3 months are going to be really, really hard. You're going to have to work 40 to 50 hours minimum every single week. You're going to have to learn how to underwrite. You're going to have to listen to calls every day. You're going to have to show up early. You're going to have to stay late. I am setting clear agent orientation guidelines and expectations so that they know exactly the activity and the metrics on what they need to do to be successful. So orientation is one of the most important things. When you're getting started as a new life insurance agent, you need to have clear understanding because everyone sells you the dream. Everyone tells you what the goal is, but they don't actually tell you what it's going to take to get there. And through our onboarding process of clear expectations, we're there, we're educating them, and we're letting them know what it's going to take to win as an agent. Now, the second core metric on how to succeed as a new agent is your training. This by far, if I had any scale of how important this is so important. You could be a great agent but don't have training. And if you don't have the right training, you're going to be unsuccessful. It's not because you weren't good. It's because the people that brought you into this business didn't help you succeed. Okay. When it comes to training, a metric is like this. We typically go like this. It's either a boom. Okay. Just follow along here. Process, or it's you, okay? When it comes to an agent being successful, it's either the trainer, it's either the process, or it's either you yourself. And if it's the trainer not giving you the resources, not helping you, then it's probably a them problem. If it's the process is broken, people around you are not selling, and it's probably a process, the system, the process is not good. Or if it's a you problem, you're not getting results because everyone else is getting results and you're not doing it and you're getting the same training, then it's a you problem. But that all stems from point number 2 is that you need to have a great training process. So what does that look like? So our training process of how we make agents successful is we train them for 6 hours minimally per day for 4 weeks. So that starts typically at 8 o'clock Eastern, and they're trained from 8 a.m. to around 1 p.m. in a group, going through the script, going through the role plays, going through the underwriting every single day for 4 weeks, 5 to 6 days out of the week. They're being trained for 6 hours. Now, most importantly, this training is really, really important because the goal in your training in your first 2 to 3 weeks as a new agent is to learn the script. You have to have a winning script. And if you're using different scripts, you got to have some type of formula or system in place that already works. The good thing is that in your training, you should be studying a script that has millions of dollars of sales. And that's what we provide. Our script, we've done over $12 million of sales. And our goal for a new agent is master that script. Nothing else. Master that script and then build upon that. That's the base. Now, the second part of the training that we provide that you probably need as a new life insurance agent is you need support 24/7. If you just got started as an agent and they promise you everything here in the onboarding, and then when you have a question, you're in your own little island, isolated from everyone else, and you have no one to turn to, you're going to struggle as a new life insurance agent. And that is why it is so important to have support around you. And that's what we provide. Everyone's on Zoom. Everyone lives in different states, but we're all on Zoom. So if you get stuck or you need help with an application, you can share your screen. Someone's going to say, hey, Johnny or Timmy, do this, try this differently. And it's constant feedback. To improve, you have to have constant feedback. And what we do in this 24/7 support is that for 6 days a week, right now, is that we're listening to calls live. So when an agent's on the phone, you can get off the call and you can be like, hey, I just listened to your call with Miss Betty. Here's what you did wrong. Let's role play and let's fix it. So if you're a new agent, you got to make sure your training has 24/7 support and people are actually listening to your calls, because the only way that you get better, and this is the secret sauce, is that you have daily call reviews. So every morning, our new agents are going through a call review. They're listening to a good call or a bad call with their trainer, and they're listening to the nuances. Typically, we value listening to new good calls rather than bad lost calls, but we'll do both. We want to listen to good calls of good agents so that they can immerse themselves. And before they even get started in their training, in their onboarding process, they probably already listened to 20 to 30 calls before they get started, because the goal is to master the winning script. And that's why you need those daily call reviews. The fourth point in your training that is crucial: every single morning we have a daily morning role play. So I personally lead at 5:30 in the morning a morning role play where we're going to wake up early, we're going to show up before everyone, and we're going to practice the script for 30 minutes. So it's a group of people, we're going to have the script, I'm going to give you a scenario, I'm the client, and we're going to role play. We're going to role play. We're going to role play. We're going to role play, because the fastest way to learn is deliberate focus and constant feedback. And that's going to come in your morning role play. And the last thing in your training that you must have is you must have a leader that holds you accountable. You need daily accountability. When you're a new agent and you're just trying to figure out how to be successful, the amount of emotional and mental toll that's going to take on you to figure this out, the amount of no's, the amount of hangups, the amount of trial and error and tribulation that you're going to go through, you're going to need someone in your corner that's holding you accountable, keeping you sharp, and motivating you. Because this is not only just a sales skill that you have to develop a mindset skill of grit. And that's why daily accountability. So what we do is that we have mindset, we do shout outs, and we also do end of day reports. So all of our new agents are required to send in an end of day report. What are your numbers? How are you doing? What are you struggling with? What can we do to help you? And a call that you'd like to review. So this is our training process where you can take someone who's struggling, have massive accountability, pour in them 6 hours a day, be obsessed with the calls, listen to the calls, role play the calls. And that's how you can go from struggling, not getting any success, and to winning really quick. And that is ultimately paired with the nuances of a winning sales system. Our sales system year to date has done over $12 million in sales. Okay. Sidebar, if you want to be a successful agent and you're struggling and you want to join my team, Legacy Family Life, I am hiring and looking for great agents. If you're struggling, I know I can make you successful. Back to it. Okay, so our sales system has done over $12 million in sales. So what does that mean? Okay, what I want to break down here is that you might be a great agent, but the system does not seem like it's working. You're struggling. I don't know what leads to buy. I don't know what vendors to go to. I'm buying these bait and switch leads. I'm dialing from my cell phone. What makes a winning system? Number one is that you need to have a good dialer. If you've just been promised to be a successful agent and you're dialing from your cell phone and you don't have any type of dialing with nurturing or some type of drip system, you need to have a system and plug into a system that's not an outdated phone system. Sure, you can do it, but to get great results, you need to have a great dialer and you need to have a lead nurturing system. Okay, so the system that you're using to generate sales, are they going to do the text messages? Are they going to set the appointments? Are they going to do the follow-ups? Are they going to have the email sequences, the text sequences? Are they going to have the retention system in place? Because it's more than just sales. You got to have all the back end stuff detailed out, and that makes your life a lot easier so you can focus on the highest leverage activity, which is selling. The second thing that you must have is you can't have leads that are bait and switch. A lot of agents come to me, they're like, Peter, working with this company, I've been successful in sales before. I'm like, but I can't succeed now. I'm like, what's going on? How are you calling leads? Well, we're doing overseas call centers that are calling in about free life insurance. I'm like, well, why are you doing that? Secondly, they're like, well, another example is I'm using bait and switch leads. They're calling in for this kit and they're getting something different, and I don't know how to sell life insurance. Well, you might be talented. And I was in a position where for 14 days, I didn't make a single sale because I was using these old 3 and 6 month old leads from an old lead store because I was told to do that. And the minute I was like, I'm done with these old leads, I got a new lead system. And that next day I got home, I started selling life insurance. I sold 3 policies in the first day. I had the same skill set, but the leads were better. And I ultimately saw an increase in my sales. And I was like, damn, I actually can do this business. And if it wasn't for that new lead source, I might have quit because I was like, dude, I'm not making sales. I know I'm decent. What's going on? And it was all because of the leads. So when you're selling life insurance in this system or you're a new agent, make sure that you're not tricking people. Make sure that you can understand what the ads look like. Make sure you can get valid information that they're looking for life insurance, that they actually have a problem. If you're trying to sell life insurance to people who filled out a form for something free, it's going to be hard. If you're trying to sell life insurance to someone who, or you're trying to sell your friends and family life insurance, that's going to be hard. You're going to run out of pipeline. So you need a good lead system that's going to have all the details where you can just have great leads and people are getting good results. The third thing is that you need proof, okay? The sales system is important. Our proof is important, especially if you're a new agent. You have to see agents winning in your sales system, because if no one's leading by the example, if no one's actually doing what you're trying to do, and you're just like, is anybody actually doing good? Like, you'll never understand. So you got to make sure that your company has agents that are successful. You have an agent leaderboard, and then you need to go to those people who are successful and be like, hey, I see that you're winning. Can I have some of your sales calls? I see that you sold $70,000 in a month. One of our best agents did $70,000 a month. So that's all the proof that you need as a new agent. Like, hey, I'm only at 5,000 in a week, but how do I get to 10,000 in a week? How do I get to 15,000 in a week? And that's by having good proof and good leaderboards. Okay. Now, the third thing in a good sales system that allows you to win is that you need to be focusing on selling, especially if you're a new agent, because if you're not selling, you're not making money and you can't stay afloat in this business. And a lot of agents get caught up in, should I do customer service work? Or, hey, I got to figure out how to do marketing. Or I'm trying to figure out how to build out all the systems. That stuff is irrelevant. All you have to do is you want to plug into a good sales system, but you don't have to do anything other than learn how to sell. Selling is hard enough. Selling is hard enough. Understanding the script, understanding the rebuttals, objections, activity required, talk time, overcoming, closing objections. The sales process is hard enough. So if you're a new agent and you're struggling and you're trying to figure out marketing, how to set up text campaigns, you're trying to figure out how to nurture leads, you're trying to figure out how to work with customer support, and you're just trying to figure this all out, that's probably why you're struggling, is because you want to plug into a sales system where you don't have to do any of that. Your day is composed of getting on the dialer, getting the leads, calling the leads, and closing the deals. Okay. Then the fifth thing in a good sales support system is that you need data-driven sales process. Okay. Your data is your best friend. And I wish I knew this when I first got started, but your data is so important. If you're calling and you're not tracking your dials, your contacts, your closes, your sales, your bad numbers, you don't understand how to adapt your sales process to get better. And that's why we teach our agents to be a mini business owner by understanding the data. And there's some core important data that you want to understand that should improve as you get better in your skill set. So right now, your dials per sale is a core metric to understand how good you are. As you improve your skill set, your dials per sale should come down. The second thing that you want to track is your close rate. Overall, your close rate should be improving. And that's why you need to have good data. You need to have good systems in place to make sure, hey, my dials per sale is going down. My presentation to close rate is going up. My presentation to contact rate, it's going up. So you want to track your metrics. If you have no metrics in place, you have no data to analyze to see if you're actually improving. That's why your sales system is crucial. And then the sixth thing is you need to make sure that you are doing the activity required. You got to make sure that you're going all in. In your sales system, you have to make sure that you're doing the activity to make the system work. Is it you? Is it the process? Or is it your trainer? Okay? And a lot of times it's going to fall on you. Are you doing the 300 calls that you should be doing? Are you managing your talk time like you should be, making sure that you're on the phone for 3 to 6 hours per day? Are you making sure that you're showing up early to all the trainings? Are you making sure that you are working on a Saturday because you didn't meet your goals and you need to show up? These are all things that require a good system that you can plug into and that you can win as a life insurance agent. The last thing that I want to talk through is you have to have the character traits to be a successful life insurance agent. A lot of people ask me, Peter, what does it take to be a successful life insurance agent? And right now, you might not think do you have what it takes, or are you good enough as a life insurance agent? Do you have this skill set? Well, the question is, the skills can be developed. The character traits are born inside of you. I have seen agents that come in with no skills and learn how to master selling life insurance, selling $30,000 to $40,000 in a month, all because they have the correct character traits. And there are 3 character traits that you should analyze yourself. Man, I'm not getting the results. Or you want to be a successful life insurance agent. You want to win fast. And there's 3 core character traits. Number 1 is that you have to be smart. Smart means not a degree, doesn't care about what your IQ score is. It doesn't matter any of that. You have to be smart with people, okay? You have to be emotionally intelligent. When you're selling a product, you have to understand how to adapt in environments. You have to be able to adapt your tonality to specific people, because you can hear Miss Betty's upset, so I got to bring her guard down. You have to be able to adapt when clients are upset with you. You have to be able to adapt and read people. And that emotional intelligence is the definition of being smart. If you have no awareness of people, you have no awareness of how to solve problems, you've never handled adversity in the past and overcame that, or worked with challenges and pushed through, then this might be a hard industry. If you were just never really had to go through anything hard before and you're trying to learn how to be a top agent, this is going to be difficult for you because you're going to be faced with many challenges as a new agent. The second thing is that you have to be hungry. You have to be starving. You have to be a competitor. You have to be someone who wants to win, okay? I can't teach you that, but do you wake up every single day to work to become a little bit better than you were yesterday? Are you waking up to compete against everyone? Are you seeing the leaderboards of people that are succeeding in the sales system? And you're like, man, I got to get that guy. I'm going to beat that person. I'm going to be better. Or are you okay with being mediocre and not getting results? Every single day, you need to be obsessed with being absolute hungry, back against the wall, and you have to find a way. And hungry doesn't mean just doing 200 or 100 dials per day. That means doing 300, 400 phone calls, 500 phone calls, showing up on Saturday, showing up on Sunday, doing whatever it takes. The hungrier that you are, the bigger that competitor is inside of you as a person, the better that you will do as a life insurance agent. And that's something that you can't teach. It's something that you develop through your life and your ability to overcome adversity. And the third thing is, are you coachable? Are you someone who has no ego? If you're coming in here as a previous solar sales guy, you're coming in successful with roofing, or you've been in sales before, you've been a successful business owner, and you're struggling right now, it's probably because you have an ego, okay? What you did in the past or previous industries does not mean anything. You have to learn a whole different game. You have to play by different sets of rules. And are you someone who's going to cut that ego, leave it at the door, walk into work saying, hey, I'm a blank slate. I want to go to the top guy and say, what are you doing? I will do whatever you take. You tell me to listen to 500 calls, I'll listen to 500 calls. You tell me that I need to make 600 dials per day, I'll do 600 dials. And you can't question the system. You just have to focus on what are they doing? They're getting results, and I need to do it as well. So being coachable is the third character trait. The people that are learning quickly are the people that are listening to calls, getting the feedback, and implementing the feedback without question. So that is the way that you learn. Is you do something, you mess up, or you do the right way, you go to someone who knows or has the skill, you say, how did I do? They give you a feedback, and then from that feedback, you say, okay, I'm going to do that differently, and then you implement it on your next call. And then slowly, by slow iterations, you fall off the bike, get off. You fall off the bike, you get on. You fall off the bike, you get on. You fall off the bike, you get on. And over that time, you start riding that bike because you fell off, got feedback, and got back on, and then eventually in the process. So this is how you win as a new insurance agent. You have a good onboarding process, an incredible onboarding process where they have skin in the game, that they're going to deliver on the same promises they made. Secondly, that you're trained, that you have an ample amount of training, that you're overwhelmed with how much training. The third is that you have a winning sales system, proof with good leads. And fourth is that you have to have the character traits. You have to develop the skills through your character traits to be a successful life insurance agent. And that's you. And you can do that. You'll win and make a ton of money as a life insurance agent. I hope this video helped, guys. If you have not yet subscribed, a lot of you guys do, but haven't subscribed. It makes me sad. The goal is to get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year. So help me get there. I love you guys. And if you need anything, let me know. And you want more videos like this, comment below, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Cheers.